It's 2 a.m. The room is completely still. Your body is running on fumes. Your eyelids feel like they're weighted down with sand. Every rational part of your brain is screaming at you to put the phone down and sleep. And yet, here you are, scrolling through videos you don't care about, news you've already seen, posts from people you barely know, waiting for something, you're not even sure what. From the outside, it looks like laziness, bad habits, poor self-control, and honestly, even you've started to believe that. You've called yourself undisciplined, a mess, someone who can't even manage a basic bedtime. But I want to offer you a different explanation, a more honest one. You're not awake because you're not tired. You're awake because this is the only hour of the day that actually belongs to you. There's a name for this in psychology. Revenge Bedtime Procrastination. It's not random. It's not weakness. It's a quiet act of rebellion against a day that took everything from you and gave nothing back. Picture this. 10 o'clock at night, you finally get home. The door closes behind you. And for the first time in 10 hours, you're not performing for anyone. You peel off the work clothes, which are really just a costume, a role you've been playing all day. Patient employee, agreeable colleague, calm, capable, always on. Your shoulders are knotted up like old rope. Your eyes are dry. The bed is 2 steps away, soft and waiting, and yet something stops you. A quiet dread settles in your stomach. Because if you sleep now, today ends, and when you open your eyes, tomorrow begins. Same alarm, same commute, same cycle of giving your hours away to everyone except yourself. You realize you haven't lived a single minute for you. So the phone comes out. The blue light cuts through the dark, and the scrolling begins, not because the content is good, but as a kind of ritual, a way of saying, this time is mine. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain while you do this. After a day of chronic stress, your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, has been firing non-stop. By nighttime, even though your body desperately wants sleep, your brain hasn't gotten the one signal it was waiting for all day. Reward. Joy. A moment of genuine pleasure that you chose for yourself. So a compensation mechanism kicks in. That midnight scroll isn't phone addiction. It's an emergency dopamine infusion. You're not hooked on TikTok. You're using it like an oxygen tank, pumping just enough. I exist. I'm alive, back into your lungs to get through the night. Now I can already hear the counter-argument forming. Maybe it sounds like a parent's voice, or a boss's, or just that critical part of your own mind. Stop making excuses. If you were really tired, you'd sleep. This is just weak willpower. And I get why that sounds reasonable, but it's psychologically wrong. Researchers have shown that this behavior isn't about self-control at all. It's about autonomy. Think of it this way. If I kept you from eating for 24 hours, and then put food in front of you, would you eat slowly and mindfully? Of course not. You'd inhale it, all day. You've been starved of control, following other people's schedules, meeting other people's needs. So when night finally comes, your brain does exactly what a starved creature does. It gorges. It devours every minute of freedom with a kind of desperate, irrational hunger. That's not a moral failing. That's survival instinct. But, and this matters, understanding why you do something doesn't mean it's harmless. This particular revenge has a cruel twist. You set out to reclaim your time. Instead, you hand it straight to an algorithm that was specifically designed to exploit you at your most vulnerable. At midnight, the rational, decision-making part of your brain has already clocked out. What's left is pure impulse. And the apps know this. They feed you shorter clips, faster hits, easier content, turning you into a passive consumer right at the moment you were trying to feel free. You wanted to rebel against your day. You ended up giving your last good hours to Mark Zuckerberg. That's not freedom. That's a different kind of cage. And the bill arrives the next morning. You wake up jet-lagged inside your own time zone. Your body is at the desk. Your mind is still floating somewhere in that 2 a.m. haze. You drink coffee like it's water just to simulate being a functional human being. Over months and years, this compounds into gray skin, fractured concentration, and a long list of creative projects and personal dreams that somehow never leave your head and make it into the world. Because by day you're too depleted to build them, and by night you're too busy getting your dopamine fix to plan them. So what do we actually do? And I promise, the answer is not, just have more discipline. Willpower at 11 p.m. is a joke. Your brain is cooked by then. What you need instead is to change the architecture of your day before the night ever arrives. The first shift is this. Stop waiting until midnight to live. Steal time for yourself during the day. Set 2 15-minute blocks, one mid-morning, one mid-afternoon, where you do something you actually want to do. Read something for pleasure. Doodle. Sit and stare out the window. Anything that reminds your brain that you're a person with preferences, not just a task-completing machine. One critical rule: no screens during these breaks. Scrolling isn't rest. Your brain is still consuming, still processing, still essentially at work. Go analog. Give your nervous system something it hasn't had all day: genuine stillness. When you feed your need for autonomy during daylight, the midnight craving loses its grip. The second shift is environmental, not mental. You can't out-willpower a phone that's sitting 6 inches from your face. So don't try. Buy a cheap alarm clock. They exist. They cost almost nothing, and charge your phone in another room. If you still want to scroll at 2 a.m., fine, but you'll have to get out of your warm bed, walk through a cold apartment, and go find it. Your own laziness becomes your best defense. And if your excuse is, "I need my phone as an alarm," I say this kindly, that's not a reason. That's a rationalization. You're keeping the needle next to the vein because it's convenient. The third shift is the hardest, and the most important. We stay up late partly because we're afraid of what happens when we stop. The silence. The thoughts that creep in when there's nothing left to distract us. The half-finished worries. The things we didn't deal with. The low hum of anxiety that the scroll was keeping at bay. So instead of avoiding it, practice sitting with it. 30 minutes before bed. Just exist. No inputs. No content. Let the thoughts come. Watch them the way you'd watch clouds. And let them pass without grabbing them. It feels uncomfortable at first. Almost unbearable. But when your brain finally gets the signal that there's nothing to fight, nothing to fear, no threat incoming, sleep doesn't have to be dragged in against your will. It just arrives. Because here's the truth underneath all of this. Real freedom isn't staying up until 3 a.m. to prove you own your own time. Real freedom is being peaceful enough to close your eyes, release the day, and trust, genuinely trust, that tomorrow you'll be okay. The most radical thing you can do in a world that runs on your exhaustion is to rest on purpose. If tonight you put the phone down and actually sleep, come back tomorrow and let me know. I'll be here. Good night, you beautifully rebellious human.